How's it going, everybody? Chadley here, and in today's video we are going to be looking at the buff that the ASMD received last Thursday. Now this was originally bugged, and after your first save and quit, the hotfix buff value would go away and revert back to what it was before. But now that has been fixed, so this weapon is now going to be doing just a little over 21,000 damage on this particular one that I have. But hopefully you guys saw in the opening clip how ridiculous this weapon can be when used properly. Now that is the big thing with this weapon, is using it properly. So this weapon, I think a lot of people don't know how to use it. I personally just learned how to use it correctly the other day, and I actually figured that out on accident when I accidentally killed myself with it. So basically what this weapon has, it has two firing modes. It has energy orb and energy bolt. So you can shoot the energy orb out, super slow projectile, and does a little bit of splash damage there. And then also we have the energy bolt, which is kind of just more like a sniper round there. But most people try to just shoot those at the enemies, and it doesn't really do much at all. The orb really does basically nothing, and the bolt does a little bit more, but still nothing worthwhile. But when used together is how you're supposed to be using this weapon. Now, some of you guys might have already known this, but I just figured this out the other day, and I'm sure there's a ton of other people out there who don't know how this works. But if you shoot the energy orb and then shoot it with the bolt, it is going to deal a huge splash radius shock explosion, and it does a ton of damage. We were able to one-shot Trant with it, like you guys saw at the start of the video. It is absolutely ridiculous. Now, when you guys aim down sight, it's automatically going to switch over from the orb to the bolt. So all you got to do is hip fire a orb and then aim down sight and then shoot it with the bolt, and you can deal a huge explosion and deal a lot more damage. So let's see how this weapon, when properly used, actually plays out here. So I am using an amp shield, and the one-shotter is actually not the best option for the ASMD, as it's a single projectile weapon. A rerouter or O.M is going to be better than the one-shotter. So that's not like the sole reason we are doing damage here. You don't need an amp shield at all. Right there we did 5 million with 0 amp. So it's really not that hard to use, but I definitely recommend using an amp shield, and you can get some pretty cool results, especially when you're trying to like one-hit bosses and things like that. I think it works very, very well. Now, you definitely need the 200 splash or 390 on this weapon for M10. I mean, that is the case with a lot of weapons, though, with the anointments on them. But if you guys get a 200 splash or 390, you will be good to go with this weapon. Completely depends what you're trying to do. And like I said, this is the 200 splash version, so we're one-shotting Trant even without that. We're not probably going to one-shot him here because we don't have any kill skills, but let's go ahead and see how much damage we can do to this guy. So I'm going to shoot one shot, just so you guys can see we don't have any overkill going right now. And then I'm just going to chuck a few Hunter Seekers to get some furious attack and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and shoot an orb, and we actually ended up one-shotting him. So there you go. This gun is absolutely insane. And this is just on Flak on Moze. We're going to switch over there in just a moment and see how insane this is with all of her splash damage stuff. So stay tuned, and let's go ahead and switch over to Moze. So we're here over on Moze with the same ASMD with the splash damage. And then otherwise, I have a Minesweeper on. We should probably be using a Blastmaster. I just don't have one on me, so this Minesweeper is just focused around splash damage. The grenades from Minesweeper aren't really going to help us that much because they're not going to be spawning very often since how slow this thing fires. And then otherwise, we're just going to be using an Old God, and then also a Hex with bonus radiation just for their bonus elements, and that's about it. So let's go ahead and see how this is doing over here on Moze. Now, the main thing we're going to have to try not to do is kill ourselves with Torque Cross Promotion, as these explosion radiuses are insane on Moze with Torque Cross Promotion. So it's a little tough to not kill yourself all the time, but it is amazing for taking out huge groups of enemies very, very quickly. So right there, I ended up killing myself, but we've killed basically everything over here in just a couple shots. There's going to be a couple more enemies over here. I'm going to see if I can hit at all. I think we'll be able to get that guy on that shot. There we go. But then otherwise, you guys can see how much damage this thing actually does. And then if I had a 390 version, this would be going so much better in terms of not going in and out of Iron Bear, but right there you can see we're doing like 30 to 40 mil in total, and it's absolutely insane how much damage you can put out with this thing, especially on Moze. But like I said, I would probably stick to using this weapon on Flak and Moze. I don't know if Zane can do something cool with it. Maybe his clone can. And then otherwise, Amara, I don't know if I would use it. She does have arms deal for the splash damage, but that's about it. So you guys can definitely try it out on everyone, but I would definitely recommend Flak and Moze for the ASMD. But hopefully you guys found this video helpful. Hopefully the little trick with how the ASMD is actually supposed to work with shooting the orb, it actually helped you guys out. I know a lot of people probably didn't know that, and I'm an idiot and didn't know that until just the other day. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that and found this video helpful, but thank you so much for watching. If you guys want to see more Borderlands content, make sure you subscribe to the channel, but otherwise I'll catch you guys over on Twitch. We stream almost every single night right around 8 p.m. Central. But I have a fantastic day, and I'll catch you all in the next video. See ya.